Hello, everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of the Plunge Cast. I couldn't be more excited to actually bring this to you guys. It is a beautiful, sunny day in Georgia, as I would expect to welcome me to this lovely cold plunge situation, a lovely 80-degree temperature in Georgia, but that's all right. We have a nice frosty tub. I don't know how cold it is. I think it's somewhere in the low 40s or upper 30s, something like that. Then I just added some ice to it as well. Glad to see some folks joining. But the most important guest I want to introduce to you now is Jeremiah from ColdPlungeColorado. He has been gracious enough to be my first guest. I'm so excited. Jeremiah, if you want to shoot a request, I will get you going live here and we'll chat for a second and get in our cold plunge. Let's see here. I don't have a ton of experience with live, so thank you for working through me, or working with me here. Let's see here. You guys still with me here? Okay. Should be joining in just a second. Technology's fun. There we go. There he is.
What's up, dude?
Hey, man, I can't thank you enough for doing
Hey,
this.
no problem, dude. Pleasure's mine.
Awesome. Excellent. So you were just traveling. We've been talking back and forth. How you feeling? Getting off the plane?
I'm a little tired. Didn't get into about a little after midnight, the mountain time.
Sure.
So I've just been kind of lazing about today because today's considered a travel day for work. So I really didn't have to do anything. So I've just been kind of chilling.
Yeah, understandable. So obviously getting in a cold plunge is going to feel great on the body after doing something like that.
Right.
Awesome. Good.
Right.
Well, before we jump in, do you want to tell kind of the audience, tell our group just a little bit about yourself, kind of what led you to cold plunging?
So I obviously my name is Jeremiah Williams. I've been into, I think I actually got into cold plunging about a year ago, pretty seriously. I've been into cold exposure for a long time. I saw Wim Hof on Ripley's Believe It or Not. I believe it's episode 22. And that kind of sparked the interest, but I didn't really get serious in it because I was living in Florida at the time. What the hell is, the cold showers don't exist in Florida, right?
Right.
But I did. I started taking cold showers shortly after that. And over the years, it's kind of progressed. And now here we are. I got a tub on my freaking balcony and I do it every day.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'm not dissimilar. I watched a number of years ago. I think it was like Gwyneth Paltrow's show on Netflix, The Goop or something like that. And Wim Hof was on, and he did a whole episode talking about cold and had him get in a lake. I want to say it was like Salt Lake City or something during the winter. And it was amazing. And it's something that really sparks your mind to think, what is this? Why are they doing this? Is there something to it? And clearly, there's something to it. Yeah. All right. Are you ready? You want to jump in?
Yeah, man. Let's go.
How's the temperature there in Colorado?
So we're looking at 47 degrees right now, and I just checked the water. The water's sitting about 42, 43. Ooh, I tossed in some ice from my freezer, but we're starting to warm up here. I'm looking at getting a cooler setup eventually.
Sure. Yeah, that's the only way in the South I can keep this thing cold. Yeah. I think I was around 44, 45, and I dumped 2 or 3 bags of ice in, so hopefully I'm sitting around 40-ish now. So
nice.
Cool.
Nice.
Awesome. All right. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Let's jump in. Absolutely. I'm going to get myself set up here. Whew. This is real, folks. So the reactions you see are real. When you get in, the deep breaths are real. The ice is real. Got a chunk here in my back. All right, let's sit down.
Yeah. In there. All right, cool.
I'm gonna get my camera fixed here on the tripod.
Just got to make sure the tripod is set up properly.
Yeah.
Just live.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
Gotcha. I think that's about good.
Yeah.
Let's go.
That's good stuff. All right.
Get this thing a little closer.
Some ice here. Yeah, that's good.
Here we go.
So, first and foremost, obviously you're telling me about yourself. Tell me what gets you out of bed in the morning. And I know it's a huge, broad question, but these days, especially with cold plunging in your life, this sort of thing, what is your drive? What starts your day?
Well, being a single father, I got both of my kids here with me. I got my oldest is 20 and my youngest is 17, about to be 18. And it's just, I want to be a good example for them. So that way, like that way, whenever they're out on their own, they can do like they know how to. Obviously, life's going to throw stuff at you, but they know that their father like laid down a plan for them by his example, by his actions, and that'll help them move forward with their life and be the best they can be for themselves.
Yeah, man. I think there's few things in life that are more admirable than doing and having your motivation through your children and setting that example. And I'm the same way. I have a 3.5-year-old daughter, and it's every time I do something or act a certain way during the day, my thought is like, okay, she can see me.
Yeah,
She's going to repeat or do what I
yeah.
do. So, yeah, man, absolutely.
That's how
I
we
love it.
learn, man.
It
We learn like, as children. We learn by how our parents act. And like I personally, I didn't have like I had an example that I didn't want to follow
Sure.
because it like and so when I became a father, I decided, okay, well if I'm gonna do right by my kids, I got to make sure I do the opposite of the example that I had set forth for me, and it
Absolutely.
seemed to work.
Yeah. I don't think you and I are that dissimilar. Absolutely.
Awesome.
So leading into the next question here, what's your what's the inspiration that has led you to enter bone chilling water again and again? Because I mean, what's the old definition of insanity? Is doing the same thing over and over again and hoping for a different result. We know it's going to be cold. We know
Right.
it's going to hurt. It's going to be uncomfortable. Why are you doing it over and over again?
At first, it was fascination. So I was raised in Colorado, but I hated the cold. I hated it. Moved away for about 30 years, and I lived in Florida and in Georgia, where it's obviously it doesn't get super cold. It gets cold at times, but I was like, I just really, as I got older and I started like I said, I saw the Wim Hof thing. I started kind of leaning towards it, and taking the cold showers and whatnot was definitely something that I put into my routine. But once I moved back to Colorado, I really just wanted to challenge myself because I wanted so I was in California this like a couple of days ago when I was traveling, and I got in the ocean and it was cold as shit. Not cold like this, but like one of the dudes I was with, he's like, "Dude, you're a psychopath," and I said, "Okay," and he said, "I respect it," and I think that because I want to do crazy stuff, and that's what kind of led me into it. I wanted to do stuff that put me so far out of my comfort zone that people would be like, "That dude's crazy," but
Yeah.
I didn't realize the benefit that I would receive from it would be my mental health. Like that's the biggest reason that I stick with it because it helped me get off of depression and anxiety meds. Like I've been free from depression and anxiety meds for well over a year now. And
That's awesome.
whenever I start to feel anxious or depressed or anything like that, I just come and get in this tub and it goes right away. It could basically, I think I saw a meme the other day that said, bodybuilders talk about how good like cold exposure therapy is for you, like recovery and whatnot. He said, but nobody talks about how depression and anxiety just kind of fuck off.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's how it is for me, so that's why I do it.
I love hearing stuff like that. It's just it's amazing to find these natural things that have been here. And it's not like cold plunging is new or anything. It's been around for hundreds, if not even maybe more thousands of years at this point. But to
Yep.
find something like this and it clicks and it works, man, I love this community. It's amazing. It's
And that's
such
a big thing,
huge,
the community, man.
yeah.
The community is fantastic.
Yep. It really is. It's cool. I love it. Yeah. Well, I mean, leading into the community affair, if you could have anyone in your life that's obviously not cold plunging already start cold plunging, who would it be and why?
My mom. And the crazy thing is she's leading up to it. Her doctor actually told her she would benefit from taking cold showers. But ever since I was young, my mom's had all kinds of health issues. Like all I remember of my childhood is my mom being sick.
Sure.
And and so she had a bunch of surgeries and whatnot. And now as she's older, I think she's like 70. Yeah, she just turned 70. She's really taking, because my mom's the reason I got into personal training, because she was always the health nut, right? Okay. But she didn't, I told her, I was like, look, Mom, this cold exposure, cold showers is good. And so she was like, well, I don't know if I can do it, right? But then her doctor told her that it would work. And so I said, okay, well, if you don't want to take cold showers right away, just do a bowl of water with ice in it and then stick your face in there, because you'll get a lot of the same results.
Absolutely.
And so she's been doing that, and she's noticed a lot of benefits from it. So if I could get her to actually get in a tub like this, I think she'd be hooked.
Yeah. Man, it's funny every time you mention these things. We have so much in common. I would love for my mother to do that. She's about 75. I think it would the convincing might start, like you said, might convince with, maybe the hands in the water, face the water type thing. I think people live their entire lives with warm being the natural exposure to water, and it's totally understandable that when you get to something this cold, it is so starkly different. It's so hard to accept that maybe it's good for you. But yeah, I would love to see her plunge as well, for many reasons like that, health issues and otherwise. Yeah,
well,
absolutely.
I think we, like, as humans, we have a tendency to shy away from things that are painful and uncomfortable.
Sure.
And that's what leads most of us to lead mediocre and complacent lives. Whereas if you put something in, like put yourself in a situation like this on a regular basis, I will tell you, my ability to deal with stress has like freaking shot through the roof. Where before, certain situations would have put me in a freaking anxious coma, dude. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't think. But now I'm like, okay, well, how do I think through this? Because I'm triggering that parasympathetic nervous system, that fight or flight every single day, and then I'm sitting with it.
Yeah, that's
a huge benefit.
Man, you hit the nail on the head right there. That is the benefit, especially for me. I mean, I didn't say it at the beginning of the plunge cast here, but my background is medical as well. I work in a cardiovascular open heart operating room. You have to stay calm in emergencies, disasters, that sort of thing. And I can tell you, this has, ever since I started doing this has changed my entire response to stress. And man, it's been amazing. Absolutely.
It's been crazy how it does it, because you don't even realize it's happening until you get a stressful situation. Like, wow, that wasn't really that stressful.
Yeah. Well, I can ask you one more question. We can wrap this whole thing up here. What brings, and this is again another broad question for you, what brings passion to your life in your day-to-day basis, in your normal, activities, that sort of thing, centered around cold plunge or not?
So when I was a kid, I was raised in like a very religious background. So I was like super fundamentalist Baptist.
Okay.
One church service, I went up to the front and I felt called by God to be a missionary, and that was in obviously that made my dad very happy. Well, as I got older and my belief systems changed a little bit, I still wanted to be a missionary, just for different things. And so I think my passion right now is around, especially because I got some stuff going on that I'm going to kind of incorporate with the ColdPlungeColorado stuff. But I believe in what I call the Trinity: mind, body, spirit. And you can't affect one of you can't work on one and not affect the other. You know what I'm saying? And you can't ignore one and expect to be a well-rounded human, right? So my passion is to help people work on their mental health, their physical health, and their spiritual health through cold plunging, through meditation, through things of that nature, because I know how much it's helped me. I mean, and shit, like I've even got my youngest son comes and does plunges with me, and it's helped with his depression and anxiety as well.
That's so cool. That's so cool.
That's my passion. I want to help people, and I want to build a community. You know what I'm saying? Because how awesome would it be for me to be able to take the cold plunging and come and visit you and do like a podcast, and and
I would love it
together, and that there's so many people around the world that are doing it that it's entirely possible.
Yeah.
And that way we change the world. We don't change the world like we do it one person at a time. And if I can reach one person at a time, that's what I'm here for.
Yep. That's what I'm trying to do too, brother. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Well, tell me before we go, I saw a recent post you had. I think it was a story. You had a roll of stickers printing out. Are we rolling something out here? Or do you want to plug anything?
So this is actually, I went to some training for my job in California. I work on printers, large format printers.
Okay.
And part of the training is operating, and I needed some stickers because I ran out. My sister's been making my stickers, and so they said print as many as you want, and so I printed a bunch of stickers out. So the ColdPlungeColorado, that's kind of like my main thing, but I got something in the works that's a little bit more all-encompassing.
Okay.
So I'm not sure. Like, I want to take the ColdPlungeColorado as far as I can, but I also have other aspects that are going to be a little bit different. So I'm not sure exactly what the merch side is going to be or what I'm going to do. I just know that right now this is my platform for helping people and kind of getting some exposure, because right now cold exposure is a hot topic.
Okay.
It's a very hot topic, and if we can work on, like, right now building it up even more, we'll be able to be that much stronger and build that much more of a community. So I think right now the stickers are just for me to give out to people to kind of get like the word out and get people to the page. And then eventually I'll move forward. But right now I'm just kind of living in the moment and just kind of doing things day by day as they come.
Love it. I love it. Well, thank you so much. much. Man, I can't appreciate you, or I can't thank you more for doing this, helping me kicking this off. And I hope, fingers crossed, we'll see. We've talked a little bit. Maybe in May, you might be
Yeah.
headed my direction, and maybe you'll
Yep.
see a little content from the Plunge Cast and Cold Plunge Colorado together.
Hell yeah, man. I'm super excited. And thanks once again, man. I really appreciate you putting me on here, and I feel honored to be the first guest.
Honor's all mine. I appreciate it, man.
Awesome.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, you too.
I'm going to do myself a dunk real quick before I get out.
Yeah, let's get it done. I love it. Well, I'll do it afterwards. I got my earplug in here.
It's all good. I saw that, so I figured at least one of us needs to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'd do it, but then I'd lose this one. All right.
Gotcha.
Take care,
all right,
brother.
man. I'll see you later. Have a good one.
You too.